Oh wait.
Oh wait, I just pushed the record button, so just so you know.
My Yvonne is coming. She's putting out the music in the hall in our gym.
It's perfect. I don't hear anything in the background, so.
She does.
Okay. That's funny. How are you doing, guys?
Distracted.
How are you doing, guys?
Fine. It's nice weather. It's
spring has started. It's been really sunny all week, so that
17 degrees, 18. Yeah.
It's a lot of sunshine.
Yeah, it's same here in Austria. So it's very springy already. So it's like 20 degrees. We train outside. It's time to lose the pale color on my face and get some sun on it.
Yeah, this morning in class also people, can we put the benches outside? Yeah, of course you can. Go.
Hell yeah. You know what's funny? Wait, let me just check my phone. Somebody texted me yesterday from Holland.
Okay.
And I asked her where she was training. And she told me, no, she said she was training with sandbags, blah, 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 but we don't have sandbags at home. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and she actually trained at your, did train or trained at your gym.
Okay.
Was it? Who?
Yeah, that's a good question. Unfortunately, I don't know her name, but maybe you can you recognize her from the...
Yes.
Yeah, you know who that is?
Marianne.
She's still training in our gym a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. What did she ask you?
Well, I made a post about looking for Grex sandbag ambassadors, so just regular people who want to train with our sandbags.
Yeah.
And it's funny. There's a lot of people reached out, and there's a couple of like not pro athletes, but like people with a lot of followers. Like, no. I'm looking for people with a max of 300 followers. You're not allowed to do it professionally, so you have to do it like in your backyard or in your living room, or I don't know, like somewhere where it looks like cool and you're not like a typical six-pack guy. I'm looking for at least 3 kilo overweight.
She's lost the kilos in our coaching program.
Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. So how's the gym going?
The gym is going fine.
Yeah.
Better. Better as in we getting better, doing better every month. So we love it like this.
Cool.
It's a nice.
It's a steady road. Yeah, we're growing. We're not growing like boom like this, but we're growing like this. And I think that's the best because that makes it sustainable. Yeah.
So a good organic growth.
Yeah.
Let's start from the get-go because maybe one or two persons out there might not know you as well.
Yeah.
They should.
Maybe
they
two.
Should. I mean, you're big celebrities on Instagram, right?
Millions.
Huge celebrities. So let's talk about your gym owner / coaching journey. Like, how did you start? Did you start as a gym owner, as a coach? How did you like set up your place? What's the vision behind it? Like, give me somewhat of a 3-minute elevator pitch so I get excited about training in your gym.
3 minutes, eh? I was a kickbox coach. I was training kickboxing. A guy came in and said, "You have to try CrossFit." I went with him. After the first training, I said, I'm going to start for myself, a box. Half a year later and one whole weekend of search, I was ready to go. So I started it, of course. Went with a daytime job. So I was daytime jobbing and a box for a couple of years. Last couple of years I was working like 80 hours a week, so that was not sustainable. I dropped my daytime job, and went from there. Got in contact with sandbags and all that sort of stuff. Actually, after the week at your place, there was it was the start of more change here.
Yeah.
A lot of more change here, and at the time we lost 50% of our members. We didn't.
Wait. Was that after the week you spent with me or before?
No, yeah, after
Not
the week.
straight.
Not straight. Not straight.
It was your fault.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg. Thanks.
Well, I told you the story about my gym, so I thought you're gonna do a better job than I did.
But the week in Austria for him was very inspiring to see. Okay, because he sort of knew in his gut feeling what he wanted, but the week at your place helped him a lot to make it more concrete. Like, okay, what is it that I can feel what I want, but how can I create it?
Yeah.
And also the vision I had, so like, 400 or 500 members, and we're gonna rock, and with a couple of coaches, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna get a paycheck out of the people you can manage. I can clearly remember you came with the Romans. Like one coach can coach 100 to max 150 people. That's it. That's your maximum capacity, and you have to revenue somewhere else. You have to make money somewhere else, or at least from the people you have. So I started to do some clinics and some that sort of stuff, and we changed our entrance program, so to say, when people come in. That was also a part of.
Tell me more about it, more details. Like, what does your entry program look like right now?
First of all, people always come over for a conversation first. We never allow people to just come in and join the group. We always have a conversation first. People can do a trial class, but first a conversation, always a conversation. And the conversation, the goal of the conversation is to make clear for the people, where are you at now, and what is working in that and what is not working in that.
What are you looking for?
And what is not working, what is the effect of that on your life, on your work, on your relationships, on your health, on your well-being. And so that it's very clear for people that the situation where they are in now, what is it creating for them? And then we make it very clear that what we do, what we offer, and there are various routes people can take. And depending on what the question is that people are looking for, the thing that people need, and the thing that we all can offer, we make a combination.
Got it.
And then it's up to them. They can still do a trial class if they wanted to experience the coaching in real life and to experience the physical part in real life. What is it like? But if people are okay with that and they want to join, they can go 3 different routes. The one route is you can go into coaching, and coaching for us means not the coaching in a physical class. We do coaching there, of course, as well. But coaching for us means you enter a program, and the program takes 3 months, and you either do it individually or you do it in a group. And individually or in a group, it means that you have 2 hours of physical exercise every week and 1 hour of coaching. If you do it individually, like Marianne, the girl you just showed, she was already working out in our gym. She decided to keep working out in our gym. So we put a bit more emphasis on the mental coaching instead of the physical coaching, because the physical coaching, she was doing physical exercise.
Already in India.
And then we work with them for 3 months on their specific goals, and especially on learning to get to know yourself, to get to know your convictions in why is it that I do what I do, and what is underneath that, and how can we break through that and create something different? How can we put somebody else on the playing field?
How much do you charge for that?
It depends. The group is $1,250 for 3 months, and individually is $3,000. Yeah. And if people are more into like, okay, we just want to go do sports, we want to get more fitter, basically
only
physically fit, and we don't see any mental challenges in the road that we have ahead of us, then I can just join the gym. And then we offer them a starting package, and the starting package is 5 times a one-on-one. The first time it takes 2 hours, and the other 4 times it takes about an hour. And the first time it takes a lot of time because we really want to go to the depth of why are you here? Because sports in general is not specifically fun. Our workouts are not really fun. It's hard work. So why would you do that? You have to have your inner drive very clear in order to be sure that you can make it sustainable for yourself. And then it's you have 4 basic movements in CrossFit. So we just take an hour for each basic movement, and we go through the basic movement with them And it has a two-way function. It's both an assessment, so we can see what is working in the body, what is not working in the body, what are the disbalances, and it's also a way for us to learn them how to move with tension. Because a lot of people are still stuck in the idea of a position, and we are, of course, working with tension. Learn to get to know your body. It takes a bit of time to get people to understand that. So, and the fifth time of the starting package is we make up the balance. Like, where are you at now? Well, how is your body? What is your body like? What are the disbalances? What should you be working on? We give them we look for exercises that work with them, with the muscles that need some more love. And we give them a plan for the way ahead. And then they can join classes.
And even the plan can be, we advise you to join a group or a program.
Yeah. That happens.
Because the people in the 5 times one-on-one, you learn the people, you get to learn them better.
Yeah.
So you can also see the mental side of the people and think they need some work.
I like it. That's a very different approach than most gyms have. Besides the on-ramp course jammed with 15 people and PVC pipes and all that stuff. So that sounds very personal, very individual, which obviously I like a lot. So how many members do you have right now, roughly? I mean,
including kids and teenagers, I think about 120, 130.
Yeah.
I never really know it. That's something we should work on. Get our facts straight up.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So what's your take on like the current fitness industry thingy, right? So everybody gets more standardized, more centralized. Like there's plans for everything. There's like one size fits all. There's positioning coaching. There's a lot of stuff happening that can get systemized because otherwise you can't make big buck out of it, right? Yeah. What's your take on that? Like, where's that going to lead us?
Well, we are doing quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Well, exactly the opposite, basically. And yeah, that's hard work sometimes because you go against the current. But we believe in it, and we believe and we see out the value that it is that we create with the people. I remember very well that we did this exercise with you once, that we had to write down our vision of what would your perfect gym look like. Mm-hmm. And we did it individually, so not together, so we could compare what we wrote down together. And we both concluded that piece of paper with one sentence, which was, it has to be a home away from home. Mm-hmm. For us, that was the one thing that was very clear for us. We want this to be a very safe place for people, where people feel safe and they can be happy, but they can also be sad or angry, or anything that's there can be there because it's there. So please give it space to be there, and give it space to work on it and to release with it. And that's what we've been working on really hard, to make this a safe place where people feel seen, where people feel heard, where people feel that they come over with anything what is on their mind. And I think that for us is working. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's also why we can't have much more members than 150, because otherwise we can't handle it.
Yeah. But that's that vicious cycle, right? So you charge whatever $70 a month, so you need 300 members. So then that means you don't have as much time, obviously, for the people, and then the downward spiral begins, and then you're coaching all day, and then you can't educate yourself. You can you can train yourself or with your coaches or together or whatever. You can figure out new stuff. And then you get burned out after like 3 years of coaching 40 hours a week. Right? Yeah. What was the people's reaction? I'm very curious because we charge a lot of money here in too. But what was the people's reaction when you told, like the first person you told, okay, that 3 months package is $3,000 individually? What was the person's reaction?
The first person was in May last year, and I remember she was like, okay.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. But also, and I think that was because I took a lot of time to make it very clear to her what is the effect of the situation that you have created right now for yourself. Mm-hmm. The effect on marriage, the effect on your children, the effect on your job. She had an own business, a private business, her own private business. What is the effect on that? And she understood, I have to invest this money. If I don't invest this money, I'm gonna get really burned out, get knocked down, and not be able to get up again. So I have to make this investment. And she even decided that the summer holiday break with her family, like her 2 children and her husband, okay, I have to cancel my summer holiday because I need to do this first.
Wow.
And in the end, the coaching helped her to make more effective decisions in her life. So in the end, she managed to get the money double back in her business. So she a big break in Christmas time in Disneyland Paris, which was a lot of money as well. But
bought a new car and all that
stuff.
So
she learned a lot from the coaching.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of money if you break it down. It's, I mean, you said 2 physical sessions a week, right? 2 one-on-ones.
Coaching, so 3 hours a week.
3 hours a week, so that's, let's call it 12 hours a month divided by 1,000. So that's around 85 euros per session, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money, but like you're spending 12 hours individually with one person that is focusing on you, on your physical and on your mental challenges and hurdles. And I think it's just not common to invest stuff in yourself outside of clothing, cars, and maybe going to the hairdresser or something like that.
Direct certification. Huh?
Direct results.
That's true. That's what we try to make clear, how much it brings them. Because the first time we always say it costs a lot of money. No, it doesn't cost you a lot of money. It's an investment in yourself. And how easy is it to buy a new car from 10, 15, 20 grand? But sometimes you have a discussion with people. We don't discuss because this is it and take it or leave it. And this guy, I remember he didn't do it, but fun fact, he's a big guy, very big guy. And we talked and he said, maybe I think we have to do this. But what are the costs? It's an investment of 3,000 euros. Oh, no, I'm not going to do it. So you bought a new car like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. How much was it? Yeah, 30,000. Yeah. 3,000 in yourself is too much. Yeah. I think I'm going to a normal Globo gym and I go with a PT and I think I'm going to work it out myself. Thanks for clearing up that I have to get an action. And thanks. Okay. Great. Good luck. Go get him. I hope you succeed. And I asked him, may I call you in a year? Yeah, of course, no problem. His friend is sporting here, is training here. He said he didn't do anything. Nothing at all. Yeah. So his pain is not big enough yet to...
That's all right. Maybe he'll come back in a year or 2 or 3, and then he will be, maybe the moment wasn't right for him, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, we already had one person like that who came to me about 2 years ago, I think. We didn't have the programs yet at the time, but we did do some individual one-on-one coaching. And he was like, yeah, it sounds good, but I think it's expensive. And he came back at the end of December last year. It's time. We have to start. Okay, we can start. Fine.
Yeah, it's all fine. All good.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same for us. Like if we want to change something in our lives, whether it's nutrition, I mean, we have the training thing kind of not figured out, but I mean, for us, it's normal to train, right? On a regular basis and kind of get the nutrition dialed in. But if you think about, I don't know, like learning how to swim or play the guitar, like that's the feeling that people have when they come in our gym. Like it's super scary. It's, and I don't even like the word investment because an investment is usually very risky. It's not a secured outcome, right? If you think about the investing in stocks, investing in even in real estate, investing in Bitcoin or whatever you want to talk about, it's you don't know what's going to happen at the end. And yes, that person might not know it at the end, what you're going to do to him, but you have role models, right? It's like, okay, call whatever, call Peter, call Susie, call whatever. It's like, I have done this before and talk to them. So I don't see it as an investment. It's self-care.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's self-care, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind. If you need to be taking care of your mental health.
That's not yeah.
It's the same thing as I think we just have to establish like us as gym owners, coaches, as role models for, okay, that's part of my daily care, as same as brushing my teeth or I don't know, getting my coffee in the morning or whatever I need. It's like, this is an essential part of my 24 hours. It's an appointment. Like I would have appointments at work. It's an appointment with myself for 3 hours a week, and it's not going to get canceled.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so hard at the beginning for most people, is because that's the opposite of what the fitness industry is doing, especially right now after Corona, after the pandemic. It's because now you can cancel like your gym membership at any time in any gym, because they're just too afraid of you not signing up for it. Yeah. Like 2 years prior, it was okay, 24 months, you have to stay there and we're gonna get your money no matter what. And now it's like, no, come in please. And you can cancel like weekly almost. It's insane.
Yeah.
Right. But it's still
funny.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It's funny though, you mentioned the coronavirus and all the pandemic stuff. All the global gyms, the cheaper gyms got run out. Like they lost a lot of members, really a lot of members. In those 1.5 years, I think we lost 2.
Couple, yeah.
Maybe 3. That's it. That's it.
One with very good reason. He's 75 years old. He was going to get a new, how do you call that word in English? Kidney transplantation. So I just can't take the risk. I can't. That was in the very beginning of Corona, and when everything was still like, "Ooh, what's going to happen?"
Sure,
you know.
Sure, yeah.
So he was like, "I can't take the risk, Yvonne. I can't take the risk." And then we were like, "Yeah, we get that. Totally fine." So, other than that, no people canceled the subscription, their membership because of Corona.
No,
We had some cancellations, of course, but not because of Corona.
It was like moving out of town.
Yeah, but that's natural. Like stuff happens. Like you move to another city, you switch jobs, you kind of like that's unavoidable. I want to dive a little bit more into like actual coaching and programming, because you guys have been using our programming for what, months now? A couple of months?
Yeah, quite some time.
Yeah. What general question at the beginning? What do you see, whether it's yourself or your coaches, is what's your biggest need as a coach at the moment? Like, what would you need to? What are you missing? Like, is there anything like, okay, we're doing a good job. We're making people sweat. We're teaching intention. But is there any like stuff you can pinpoint at? Or it's like, okay, I would need more in that direction, because we've been working with my coaches here at some stuff, and I'm just curious if you guys have the same issues as we have.
We didn't discuss this question, so this is going to be interesting to see what he's going to answer, what I'm going
Awesome. Go ahead.
For me, and that's a very vulnerable answer, but for me, it's accountability. And for me, what I mean by that is, in order to be a good coach, I think you need to get coached yourself as well.
Yeah.
We did a program last year. We paid quite a bit of money for that, and it helped us a lot in making our business more sustainable. But to carry, and we could carry on with that company in their next part of coaching. But that's an investment of 25,000 euros a person, so 50,000 euros for us both together, which is a hell of a lot of money for us.
Yeah.
So we decided not to do that. Not now.
Is it you don't have to go into any details, but this is more on the financial side of it? Is it more actual coaching, like coaching people, like coaching movement, the pharma?
No, it's the business side. Yeah. How to, and we are still working on our business, and we are still making steps. But I'm pretty sure if we would get coaching on that, we would go much faster and do much more actions that would create more impact. Definitely. Yeah.
So more coaching. Sorry, more coaching on the financial side, or more coaching on the coaching side?
Accountability.
It's a piece of coaching on the mental side, but it delivers you some more financial freedom also. First invest, and then
it's funny, like you say, like we have our training dialed in. 6 years ago, if you would have told me that my training is like the way it is now, I would have laughed at you. I would have been like, no fucking way, never ever going to happen to me. But for me now, I can't imagine a life without training. For me, it's just part of my daily, not daily, but 5 times a week, it's part of my daily. Running a business like the way we are running it now, and taking the actions that we need to take. And sometimes they're very not comfortable actions. Like now we have started to explore more the businesses around us, because a lot of companies want to invest in health for their employees. So we have to go to companies now. We have to go to businesses now. I don't like that. Mm-hmm. I know we need to do it, and I know, and we are going to do it. We have a plan now, and the plan is in progress now. So it's going to happen. But I'm not. I don't feel happy about it now. It's scaring me a little bit. It makes me a little bit nervous. And
well, I mean, if you want to answer the question, but what's making you nervous? Like, is it the lack of doing it? Is it what should I present to them? Is it how should I coach them or their peeps?
How do we get in?
How do we get in? Are we going to make people take us seriously? And are we going to have a story that is so solid and so good that people are like, yeah, we have to start working with them? Are people? And I know it's a matter of doing it. Just go out and do it. And for the 15 no's you get, that only shows you that you're putting in the work. So I know all that. But there's this thing in my head, this reptile brain, that keeps telling me, but you're not good enough. You're not good enough.
Go ahead.
That's an interesting thing, because this is the same thing that people that we have in coaching experience as well, and we have to coach them with this as well. So it's the same thing. It's the same mechanisms, and yeah, we are working with it, and yeah, we are making our steps, and we are doing it. But I'm pretty sure if we would get coached in that, we would make much faster progress than we are doing it now. Definitely.
It's funny because I was in that same situation, and the only thing that helped me out of it is, I mean, I can talk a little bit, right? But was like the preparation, like what I'm going to present to them. And I think the gap is, have you done it before? So let's say you walk into a company and you don't want to sell them like, I don't know, like we're going to show up, or you're going to come to the gym and you become a regular member. Maybe you offer them like a workshop, like a lower back workshop, or whatever the issue is, because everybody has issues like this. It's and we worked out like an actual 4-week like go-to plan, like exercise wise. What is the muscle? What is the tension? We created like a PDF. So the only thing I have to do now is go into the company, be like, okay, this is our structured process, because that's what companies love, right? So structured processes, this is what we're going to do in the first session. This is the muscle we're going to activate. This is going to help A, B, C, D. And so it's not about the actual business anymore, or the actual talk anymore. It's like, I'm just presenting what I've done in a lower back workshop here at my gym. That's it. Yeah. And then there's a prize at the end, and then take it or leave it. But the self-confidence, I think, comes only with you being like the best coach out there in your field, or at least in your area, whatever.
Definitely, so, I agree.
So a lot of stuff about, do you think is accountability, or is lack of confidence, or I've never done any sales pitching, is literally, okay, maybe there's like a little bit of actual coaching that's still missing, right? It's just the confidence of, okay, I can fix that person right now. So the only thing you know about fixing a lower back is if you pull out a sheet of paper, blank sheet of paper, and you write the program on it, like right now. That's how much you know about fixing lower back pain, right?
Yeah.
So, and I've had the same issues here with my coaches. Is I gave them tools. We literally trained the sales pitch. Like we train how to talk to people, but at the end of the day, it's like, whoa, this is not it. Like that person, my coach, is not good enough at coaching yet, right? So he doesn't know. Maybe he knows what to do, but he's not done it like either enough. Or the problem I had for a very long time is I don't need structure. Like I don't need like a 4-week plan. Like it's all in my head. I can do this with a person, but most people cannot do that. So we've created like PDFs, like really like muscular approach. Like we have a find stress use principle, like which muscles to find, what exercise to use, how to do it. And then you just go through step by step. Yeah. That doesn't mean you're going to fix everybody with this, but I think it will make like 90% of the coaches better out there.
Yeah, and it's a very, very clear thing to show to managers as well. Like, hey, this is what we do.
And I think I think that's what most people need as a startup. I'm not saying you should stay there and like learn stuff by heart. And in 5 years from now, you're going to be at the same point, same exercises, same approach. But a lot of coaches just need that start, need that, okay, this is the first year of coaching and I'm going to start here. And this is my first PDF. And this is the exercise I'm going to do. This is the muscle I'm looking for. This is what it looks like. This is how I'm going to activate it. This is how I'm going to stress it. And this is how I'm going to use it. So it's a very, that's what we actually made for the coaches, is a very, very structured program. And that gives you a lot of confidence, right? Because in our brains, like if I stick to that plan, I'll check the boxes. If you check the boxes correctly, you feel way more self-confident about it. And that's what I was seeing in the last, years with a lot of coaches. Like they get lost. There's so much to learn. There's so much to do. There's muscles, there's nervous system, there's blah, blah, blah. There's 10,000 things. And what happens when you want to do 10,000 things in a day?
You get
zero. You get nothing done. And
like what you're telling, there's a little difference in what our original plan, the way what you're telling me now makes me think. So I need some time to think about that. But our original plan is the programs we have, the programs we offer, either individually or in a group, that is what we want to talk about with companies. Because we see a lot of burnout issues, physical issues, overweight, all kinds of issues that are happening with people.
Teams.
And the teams, that communication in teams, because we both did this education as well. It helps a lot with how to make communication more transparent, how to make clear what is happening when you're in a situation that you don't like, you feel hurt by it or offended by it or whatever. Okay, what is truly happening there, and what is from you, what is from the other, and how can you find your way out of that? That is also a perfect way to make the group dynamics in a team much more visible and to make that much more workable as well. So we have a lot of tools in our toolbox that we can offer people. That's why we created the 3 months program, because the 3 months program gives us the space to do what is needed, to make it very personalized, make it very, very individualized, and to make it very specific for your specific needs. So for us, it's more about, for now that you tell me this, like I said, I need to think about it. But for now, for us, it's about going into business and tell them, hey, hi, we're your neighbors. And we work with health, and we work with vitality, and with physical and mentally becoming strong. And we offer programs for that. And we think it would be really valuable for your business to make people participate in these programs, because a healthy employees makes a healthy company. Yeah.
You know what's my problem with this? And I've done this so many times, and I've actually recorded myself making an elevator pitch with somebody. And then I listened to it. I was like, dude, that's exchangeable, what you've just said.
Yeah,
I know that I can do it better, but my words didn't reflect on that. So I think that's the gap between you approaching businesses, is you talk about, okay, everybody needs to get healthier and mental health and stronger. Like that's what everybody's telling, right? But if you show a different approach, which is, okay, this is my systematic approach. This is muscle A. This is what we're going to do. People are like, whoa, I've never heard this before, right?
Yeah.
That's a new approach that I've never encountered, right? And that makes people think, that it makes people curious. And that's what we tried in the workshops here at the gym, and people love it. Like they get a PDF, they get like structured thing. Okay, this is why we did that, and this is why we do this exercise, and this is, oh my God, I've never felt this. Man, we've talked 170,000 times about this muscle before, but that moment clicked for that person when she saw it on paper. It's like, okay, now I feel it. Well, man, but that's reality. That's where we have to start. And I think, Engbert, what you wanted to say something about the biggest needs of coaching, or your coaches, or coaching in general, before I get into it.
Our coaches, we are the coaches. We need coaches.
I know.
We need coaches.
I know. But that's my point. Like, how do you? Okay, maybe you'll find one, and then what? What's your education program?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah.
What's that going to look like? Like shadow me and do the same thing that I did, or start with like, this is the first year, this is the first month, this is the first week, this is the first day. You do bam, 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 bam. That you can train like on yourself, but there's a guidance, there's a structure.
Yeah.
Order of learning doesn't matter. Like you can start with hinging, you can start with pulling, doesn't matter. But as long as you give a person that feeling, that's the start, that's going to be the start for them.
Yeah.
And then they feel awesome. Like they feel in the structure, and they like, okay, this is what I'm going to do day 1, and I'm not going to do anything else. And this is day 2 and day 3.
Yeah.
And this is the first year, and
Well,
then you can get creative about it.
Yeah, that is true.
So I think that's what I've seen. What's the biggest need in coaching right now? That's what I'm doing with a couple of gyms already in Germany and in England. It's like just doing workshops. Like I'll go there for a day and we'll go through it, and you can like get your coaches in, and I'll run you through it. Like practically, I'll run you through it. I'll give me 10 minutes of theoretical work. Then we're going to work for an hour. Then give me 10 minutes of theoretical work. Then we're going to work physically and practically for another hour. So, and so far it's been working really good, especially for the coaches here.
Cool.
Yeah. Famous last words. I thought the fun one would be nice for you. If you had infinite amount of money, what would you do tomorrow? Let's end it on a funny note.
We did discuss this one.
Yeah, I guess so.
It took us an hour.
No, it took us 1 minute and we both agreed.
All right, then go for it.
A bigger new place, better equipped, more coaches.
We would do the same as we are doing now, but only
Yeah.
we wouldn't have the financial limits we have now. But we would carry on exactly what we are doing right now.
Yeah.
That's A, awesome to hear, and B, maybe just switching roles, like becoming more of a gym owner, less than an actual coach on the floor, or maybe like split times in between.
Yeah.
Get coaches educated, like grow something maybe out of the community, or somebody new shows up and educate that person so that person can take over. Because at some point, like I think floor coaching has not an expiration date, but it's like I think it has a certain amount of hours a week that you should be doing. Now you have to do it because it's just the two of you, but at the tipping point where you have enough money to hire a coach to educate them, like it's gonna take a lot of burden off your shoulders.
Yeah,
I agree.
true.
Yeah, and also that gives us a space to invest more time and energy into the programs. And this is, for me, this is where the magic happens. The people who have gone through the programs either individually or in a group, and they carry on working out in our place, like become a member, or some of them they were a member already, and then I joined the program, and then I carried on being a member. Those people are creating more results, and which they have to, of course, because they've had some coaching. So if they would not create more results, we would do something not right. So I think this has to happen, but it is happening, and you see that it's much easier to talk with those kind of people and to coach them in a way, like because they know what is happening with themselves. They know the voices in their head, and we know their voices in their head as well. So we can coach them much easier, much quicker in how to push through or do what is needed. Yeah. So this is for me. This is where the magic happens in the programs. I love it.
Awesome. Also notice it.
Yeah, because people now, we are getting in a situation that people who have gone through the programs, who are a member already here, are sharing their experiences, of course, to other members.
Sure.
That other members are like, maybe
that's not a bad idea to join it as well.
Yeah, maybe it's worth the money after all. Maybe and it's making people more creative as well, because a lot of people who are going through a personal program, the 3,000 euro ones, which is for a lot of people quite a bit of money, are like, okay, but I really want it. How can I get the money? Okay, let me talk to my boss and see if my boss wants to invest in me as well. So people are making
good idea.
Yeah,
good idea.
Because we have a couple of people who are now in the situation that either their boss is paying the whole amount, or some of them are paying 50-50. They're totally fine. Great.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's an education. It's additional education for that employee, right? Yeah. And rather than the employer paying for like a shitty whatever, like leadership course somewhere, which is super unpersonally, and like 3,000 euros for a big company is like nothing. Like that's not even
nothing.
It's not even like a bonus.
Because people are asking their bosses now as well to get involved. The bosses hear about our programs as well. So like now, for example, I have this one girl, she's almost finished, and her work is paying half and she's paying the other half herself. Mm-hmm. And she had to make a plan for her boss as well. Like, okay, you're going to do this program. What are you going to create out of the program? Sure. And we agreed that her boss is going to come over in the end and we do a group evaluation. Mm-hmm. Because he's interested if we could offer the program to more people in his company. Great. Yeah, we can. That's cool.
It's funny how this works. If you do good work, you can skip all the Facebook marketing and all the cheesy Groupon thingies and just do what you love.
Yeah, and we don't like that anyway. So this works so much better for us. Yeah. So yeah, I have total faith in that we are going to get where we want to get.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we have to do another one on programming because we're already 45 minutes in.
Okay.
The next one we're going to do exclusively about programming, how you do it in the gym, how it's working, what's good, what's bad, and
yeah, let's do that.
Let's do another one.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much for your time. So far, so good. Good luck for the gym again, and I guess we'll stay in contact.
Definitely.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Have a good day and talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.